Okay, so this is a really sad testimony because as soon as I heard it, I said, oh, that sounds like Revelation chapter 2, verse 20, where there's two curses that occur as one, that you'll be cast on a bed of suffering, and two, that you'll have your children slain. And this testimony is both. It includes both losing a child and being cast on a bed of suffering. So listen to this.
Glorify God and shame the devil. Amen. So today's a special day. It's obviously the 25th of May, but
if you're going to glorify God, the devil that you should be shaming is Pastor Rodney, because he is a devil and he has a Satan face. But listen to this testimony here.
For me, it's a day that I have in my calendar as Victory Day. So about a year ago, or a little over a year ago, we went through a tragedy where we lost a baby. And in that same moment, when I went to catch my wife, who passed out in our bathroom, I hurt my back and threw something really bad out in my back.
Okay, so you experienced a slain child, and then
disc moved, and so we ended up laid up in the bed for 3 days next to each other because I couldn't.
And then you were laid up in bed, cast onto a bed of suffering. Revelation chapter 2, where it talks about the consequences of a Jezebel. Revelation 2, verse 22. So just think 222. That's really sad, bro. You're not supposed to be under a curse like that. And I guess he's going to give a testimony about some great thing that God did out of it. But I'm just going to tell you.
Up in the bed for 3 days next to each other because I couldn't move, and she wasn't moving either. And so it was a crazy time in our life, and it only progressed to get worse. I started feeling loss of feeling in my legs, and I went to the doctor, and they tell you, if this continues to happen, you could basically lose all function of your legs. And so, I said, I'm going to believe. So
now the testimony is going to be how he got a miracle from that or something. Now, I guess he's around 30, maybe 40 years old, somewhere between 30 and 40 in this. I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea how old he is. But I can tell you that just a few years ago, I was playing soccer better than people in their 20s, and I was 45 years old, and I could out-hustle 20-year-olds. You know why? Because I've always obeyed God. I'm just telling you. I was now not so much. But up through about 50 years old, I could play soccer and beat young men to the ball, out-hustle them, steal the ball, and then have an unassisted goal against guys who've been playing soccer since as long as they can remember. Little children, even guys who were playing soccer. The point is, you shouldn't be under a curse, bro. And you're under a curse because Pastor Rodney has taught you to chase after money.
Lose all function of your legs.
Pastor Rodney taught you to chase after money. He never told you when you were selling FiOS to put God first. And you missed church every day. I'm just saying. So you deserted the Lord for your idols, and now you went through the sufferings. And it's not the sufferings of Christ.